All righty, all righty.
Okay.
Welcome to Coffee with Carl, the first episode. Like I put in my post, this ain't professional. It's just me hanging out, talking to people. What? Got some coffee. Too late for me to drink. It's fake, but we all got coffee.
Yeah.
So Coffee with
Cheers
Carl
to
is just me talking with different people about different things. And how it got started was back in the day, going out to coffee with coworkers, and they said, "Carl, you ask a lot of damn questions." And I said, "Yeah, because I'm nosy." So then gone out to breakfast and people asking the questions, they said, "You should do a podcast." I said, "Nobody's going to listen to me." And they said, "Well, we'll listen to you." And I go, "You don't listen to me now, so what's the point?" But then we came up with the name Coffee with Carl. The first episode, parents taught me and my brothers about faith and family. So I figured the first episode would be about family. So luckily enough, I'm blessed enough to have my family here to do that. And I'll give them a warning throughout the show and in the show. You say anything a little bit too crazy, I got the drop button and I will drop you or mute you, either way it goes. So let's do some introductions. Family, say your name, who your parent is, and then something else you want the crowd to know about you. So Jada, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna start anyways. I'm Jada. Carl's my dad. I'm a Leo, and it's still August, so technically it's my birthday, and I will accept happy birthday. I will accept money. I will accept anything forever and always. Thank you. Next.
What a Amani.
Did you say me?
Amani, yeah.
Okay, that's me. I'm Amani. Carl's my dad. I'm 20. I almost said 23. I'm gonna say I'm 21. I'm 21 forever and always. I'm an artist. If you want to buy some things from me, hit up my Instagram. I'm art. Yeah. I'm Aries. That's all.
And we'll jump over to Kennedy.
Hi, I'm Kennedy. I'm 24. I'm the youngest Greer. As you'll see, I kind of just steal the show sometimes. But that's okay. Anyways, my dad is Calvin, the oldest brother. And yeah, and my brother is Cito, who you'll meet next.
Well, in that case, Cito.
That's crazy.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna ruin introduction.
Period.
Crazy. Can I introduce myself anyway? Dang. Cito or Calvin. Calvin's my dad. Carl's my unc. I'm the cousin that's the closest to unc status. You know what I mean? So
Period.
almost 30, 28.
You're 28.
Yeah, 28. But I embrace that. And Aquarius, because everybody said their sign. So
I also just turned 28. I'm just saying, and I feel young and spry. He
why
feels
can't I just
old
get
and
a clean intro?
sleepy.
Why can't
Also,
I just
I'm a Cancer. I didn't say my sign. I'm a Cancer.
Oh, okay.
Also, I said I'm 21. I'm 25, but don't. That's drama.
Oh, before
And
I
my
get
dad's a
beat.
Virgo, just like just
Yeah.
like Beyonce.
Yeah, whatever. We won't even talk about that. So I'm a Virgo with Leo rising.
Ooh.
Are you?
So before I get beat, y'all introduce your dads, but what about your moms? Because I'm not trying to get
I didn't know if that was
any
the tea.
texts,
I
any
know.
calls, or anything like that from either of them. So Jada and Amani.
Our mom is Veronica.
Veronica.
Yeah.
Veronica.
She lives in Arizona in the hot, hot weather. Yeah.
Tito and Kennedy.
Our mom is Jana Greer, also known as the Kardashian of the family. We love her to death. Tia Jana, top tier girl. She's that girl. She's also a Virgo. Period.
Exactly. That's why we like this. That's why we like
Right.
this.
That's their besties,
They're
y'all. They are
besties.
besties.
Bro.
Ask your mom who her best friend is.
She will literally say Carl Greer.
All righty. So let's jump into
Kennedy,
the
sorry.
questions and just free will it. I'm not going to go in any order. Just answering the question as you please. So the first question, tell us your first memory growing up as a Greer.
One of the first memories I have is like Amani and my dad and my mom, we lived on the same street as Abuela. So it was like very easy we lived probably like maybe like 7, 10 houses down, and it was like a cul-de-sac. So we could always like just walk, and it was a safe neighborhood. It was like the early 2000s, so it wasn't super scary. And yeah, we would walk back and forth. And one of the memories I remember is like playing outside of Abuela's house with like all the neighborhood kids. And grandpa would always buy us and all the other kids ice cream from the ice
I know Greer was having like all the sleepovers we had at our Willis house. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
this,
like iconic. That's childhood
yeah,
right there.
yeah.
So what was the game Abuela had y'all play?
Girl.
Oh, Judge Judy.
Yeah.
Played Oprah. We made up some games.
We made up some games, yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
Uh, definitely, yeah, the same thing. It's early growing up career is definitely Abuela's house in the cul-de-sac, but it's
Mhm.
like specific things like she used to have the couch with the roll-out bed, or like the bed that would roll
Mm.
out. Remember when she used to have the big TV, the huge TV
The
Yeah.
big
there
bag.
used to be, and then a lot of
Bridget.
Medea too. A lot of the games, of course, but a lot of Medea, a lot of
A
Medea
Yeah.
lot of Medea, yeah.
The
for sure.
movies, the musicals.
A lot of Tyler Perry.
A lot of Tyler Perry,
Hmm.
yeah. Hmm.
My first memory was like going with Abuela in the boogie van, picking up the cousins. Cause like I was still too young to go to school. So I remember I'd get in the car, we pick up Amani and Jada first, and then we go pick up Cito depending on what year we were at. But getting in the car and being excited to see the cousins and then going to like a little destination stop drop and then probably stop at McDonald's on the way back to Abuela's.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah. And that was fun too. Always like getting picked up with the cousins. And anytime Abuela picked us up and y'all weren't in there, I was like, where's the party?
Literally.
Yeah, very much so.
so who wants to tell the story about the trip to McDonald's where they gave Abuela the wrong order?
Oh,
I
it
was just
wasn't
someone at
McDonald's, it
work
was
about that.
Taco Bell.
It
It
was
Taco
was
Bell.
Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell. Yeah, and I think they forgot like a small thing, and it was from something from for us, you know, it was her grandkids, so you know she's about to go to war, and so like yeah, so we go to Taco Bell and we pull out, and she's like, I don't know, remember if we fully drove off or she said like in the parking lot, check the bag to make sure everything's in there, and we checked and something was missing. She looped back around she looped back around and at the like station or whatever where you talk to the person there she's like you forgot my taco or whatever you forgot my like hot sauce whatever and she's like sorry I can't hear you and she said you're about to hear me and she pulled up to the window and she was like you know I need this and the girl seemed scared and she gave her what we needed and yeah.
Mind you, though, Abuela, for people who don't know our Abuela, she has a thick accent. Sometimes when she gets
Mhm.
angrier or like mad, her accent comes out even more so. She's from Panama, for people who don't know. So the girl couldn't hear her and couldn't understand her. So she
Yeah.
was just like, "Oh, you're funny, hear me right now."
You're about to hear me, yeah.
Real.
Yeah, so
You hear
for
Bella's, we can
those,
see Bella's face too. Bella would have this, not to
Yes.
cut you off on crowd, but Bella would have this face where she'd just look at you like, and you'd be like, oh my God. So when Jay said that, I could hear and see the pause and the look at the thing. Oh, you're about to hear me. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think all of us are kind of excited for the drama. We're like,
No, real.
who got a story about Grandpa to share? Funny story about Grandpa.
Oh, I for sure got one. And this is how I know like Abuela and Grandpa were like the root for just funny stuff because that was another part of growing up career is that everybody has jokes. Everybody has something funny to say. Everybody. Like and so when I was younger, Grandpa would play this game with me in the living room and I don't know how he made this up, but I was really little. And so he would hold his hand up. He would be in the chair and he'd hold his hand up. And I'd run through the hallway and jump and try to see if I could hit his hand. And so if I could hit his hand, there was this old basketball player named Daryl Dawkins. He used to be called Chocolate Thunder. And I would hit his hand and be like Chocolate Thunder. And then if I didn't hit it, he would just say caca, which is like poop in Spanish or something. So I would have to go try again. Random stuff.
that's,
Nice. So a
yeah.
quick shout out to my parents. Calvin William Greer Sr. passed away. Love him and miss him.
Mm.
And Abuela is Carmen Greer, matriarch of the family, still with us, still blessing us, still keeping us laughing. So just a shout out to them. Couldn't do this without them. You know, we won't get into detail, but couldn't do this without them bringing me and my brothers, in turn, bringing these great kids into this world. Tell
Oh,
me, tell me about an interaction. Tell me about an interaction with your parents or uncle that made you say, "Oh, yeah."
I got one. I got one. The first time, this is like my first memory as well, one of them. The first time I ever looked at Uncle Carl, I was like, what is going on? Cito and I had a talent show at our elementary school, the old one by Abuela's house. And at the end, we were all outside, like cheering, like celebrating talent show being done. And I look over and my uncle is doing cartwheels in the grass. I was like, does anyone know what's going on? And we're like, this is my talent. Bow. It was like, oh, I'm embarrassed. That was like the first clue of like, that's my uncle. Okay.
For me, you and Dad were just, regular, just regular. You're
I got the
funny.
drop button. I got the drop
I know,
button.
yeah, no, but it was our mysterious uncle. We didn't have confirmation days with your uncle like that. It was our mysterious uncle, and just the mystery surrounding him. Growing up, like
Yeah.
he would ask questions, or like he'd bring somebody over. He would always, let me not paint the wrong picture. Always in our lives, always birthday money,
Always.
always at the family,
Yeah.
but just anything that wasn't at a Bulla's house, mystery,
No
mysterious.
clue.
Mystery.
There's
Anything
no record of this person even being real. You know what I mean?
Real.
So
No
it
paper.
was just, you're like, who is that? Knew
like
it was
Santa
uncle. Pretty
Claus.
sure it was our uncle, but it was just
Yeah.
mysterious.
And Uncle Jarl or Yori.
Yarl.
We'll edit that out, but Uncle Yori. I don't want to get
Right.
sued for using his real name.
Yeah, I agree with Sito is like, yeah, he was always like, so I think that was like my first, like, this is so weird. Oh, actually, I have a memory from Uncle Yori, the mysterious man, the first time he let us into his mystery and when he took us to the circus.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah.
He took us to the circus, and to this day, he swears he didn't. And he took us with some. I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get sued by him. But allegedly, he took us to a circus with a girl he was allegedly dating. Okay, and
Mhm.
allegedly she was from another country. Okay, from
Yeah.
like I think she was Swedish or Russian or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and yeah, he just took us there, and I thought it was so cool because yeah, he like Cito said, he's like a mystery, and like anything that like wasn't family related, we had no idea. Like if it wasn't like a family get together, a Christmas, a Thanksgiving, or whatever, and like we had, I don't know what his life was like. Like I didn't know he lived. Like I don't think I knew he lived in Seattle till like I was grown. I was like, what? I don't know who this man is, but I
Yeah.
do. But yeah, so the first time he took us to the circus, I thought it was really cool. And I was like, oh my God, he has this girl that he brought us with, and I felt like we were like secret ninjas with him, and it was really fun and cool. I mean, I guess that's not really answering the question of like, huh, who is this guy? But yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is who this guy is, because the entire time I was like, who is this guy? And then I found out a little bit.
I think a memory that I have, well, it's actually not exactly like a memory that I saw, but like whenever you would like tell us stories about when y'all were kids, because like when we were growing up, we're just, like our parents are like these adults that get things done and take care of you and, have their stuff together. But then I would hear stories about Yori pouring lemonade in the fish tank or y'all fighting with vacuum cleaners and lotion and I was like, oh, they're crazy.
Like I always tell
Yeah.
my friends or people that I meet, like my cousins are like, oh, we have the mystery uncle and we have a very like non-mystery uncle. You guys are always have been there. Every event, everything you've
Yeah.
done. I think like Cito said though, it's very much like, even though they're crazy.
Mm.
My siblings, because we always do everything together, like all the time. Like mystery uncle will just show up and like you won't know he's there, but he was there for you. And Uncle Carl's just in the crowd cheering you on the whole time. Like it's very, and like like me and Cito's dad is very much like, it's just very every time someone's there, and it's always family oriented all the time.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're super blessed to have a very close family and all of us super present for each other. And
Yeah.
Kennedy, I think you should share the story about your birthday and Yori.
Oh my gosh, it was my 21st birthday, and mom, dad, Cito, I'm there, my friends are there, and like we went to, I don't even know where we went, Cheesecake Factory or something. And at the end, we are all getting ready to pay, and the lady was like, "Don't worry, like someone paid for you." And mom swears to this day that she saw Uncle Yori walking by, like kind of like he just came in to drop off the money and be like, "Love you, bye," And that's so him, like very much like
Bro.
who he is. You'll never know he did it for you unless you ask, and like even if you do ask, he'll be like, "Wasn't me," but like it's very much who he is.
Hey,
And
well,
one
Uncle Yori, my birthday's coming up, so
Period.
feel free to drop by a restaurant or just drop a few dollars in my pocket.
Christmas, like Amani and I woke up and we are like, opening our presents or whatever, and we got, we're like, "Ooh, this is fun." And then dad opened the door and he's like, "Santa left something for you outside." And yeah, he swears it wasn't him because my dad and my mom said no, it wasn't us. Like we don't know where it came from, allegedly. But I think it was Yori who left the keyboard outside for
Yeah.
Amani. And yeah, because we were running. I don't know why. I don't know if Amani was like asking for a keyboard or what, but yeah, there was a keyboard outside, and I know in my heart of hearts it was him. Yeah, but he was
Real.
like, "It wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about." I was like, "Okay."
Do you and
Real,
Amani
'cause
have
my
any
big was
memories
like,
of me and Cito's dad?
Hmm, that's a hard one. I don't just like yeah, just the early memories I have of him is like him like tickling us like right here or like
yeah,
doing the oh my god. And like anytime I saw him in a family gathering, I would like try and hug him real quick and run away. So but he would always get me. And sometimes lots of times like he was sneaky, like we would hug him, he's like, "Okay, love you, whatever, go enjoy." And then we would be playing and then he'd like sneak up behind us and we're like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I forgot about that. I
That's
remember
funny.
one time where like he was driving us somewhere. I don't remember if it was just all of us or if it was just a few of us, but I was in his car and he turned on the radio and it's like opera music playing, and I was like,
So, what is the craziest thing your parent or someone in the family has said to you?
That's very on brand for that.
Right.
their option is opera,
Yeah.
opera, like the only other like rap music and stuff, and I was like, oh, got you, but like, and you're like, oh yeah, we are not allowed to listen to what's going on.
Hmm?
Well, it wasn't to me, it's to Jada. But it's well, she picked us up from school one day.
I
Yeah,
know what you're
you
gonna
can tell it
say.
if you want.
I so yeah, she picked me up from school. We were in high school, and I forgot how the conversation became this, but I pretty much said I'm gonna become a stripper, and she was like, "I'm gonna beat you like somebody stole my chicken."
I like you. I was thinking of a different story, but that's good.
I did because it's always somebody's always saying something crazy, you know.
Trying to think.
I feel like it's all
I don't
blended.
know of anything like crazy that someone said. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was gagged.
He's gonna drop it.
Yeah.
He's gonna edit it out. I'm gonna get an email after this. Curl like, hey, so I part about a bullet.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You can add a bleep.
Kind of bleed,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, sound man, we may even be able to beat over that somehow.
Yeah, we'll talk later. We'll talk later.
I don't know of anything like crazy that someone said. I'm like trying to think.
I feel like it's all blended because it's always somebody's always saying something crazy, you know?
I feel like it's more
So I'm
like
like,
doing something crazy. Like
yeah.
Doing something crazy, saying something crazy, it's all good.
I think the craziest thing, like doing something crazy, was Ayana running from the dog. I just have a really vivid memory.
Right.
A dog that wasn't going to do nothing to her, but that's like the craziest thing. And Cito just like had to like pick her up from this small, and I'm like, that is crazy. I think the dog was like a small dog, and so basically, like short story, one of our little cousins was outside playing near their house, and somehow the dog in the backyard got out. Their next door neighbor dog got out, and it started chasing her. And Ayana was probably what, 4 or 5? She was very little at the time. And you just see her little legs sprinting, screaming. Ayana sprinting to the dog.
Yeah. Okay. So one for my dad and then one for Uncle Carl. One, I think the
Hey, we
funny.
don't need to talk about me. I got the drop button. I got the drop button.
Who we getting coffee with? We get
Right.
coffee with Carl G. Hold
Don't
on.
mean talk about garbage.
It's not bad though. It's not bad. But it's just funny. Okay, so I'll get the Carl one out the way. I remember we were searching. The back room in the boss house had had the closet and had all that stuff in it. Used to have all that stuff in it before they cleared it out. And there was old stuff. And I remember I found an old letter, and it's Uncle Carl asking the B-boys how to be rappers.
Hey, man.
He's right, or not B-boys, sorry, the Beastie Boys. Because on it said B-boys. He's like, how do I become a rapper? B-boys.
Oh my
He was writing to
gosh.
the Beastie Boys to see how you can become a
We're
rapper.
gonna put a beep over that. Where's the drop button? I'm gonna
Then-
mute
I
you right
haven't
now.
heard about this.
Yeah, me
Then,
either. This is the first I heard.
crazy. It was just funny. I was
That's
like, "Who are the
hilarious.
B-boys?"
If it wasn't for your uncles, I'd be a star right now. They dashed my hopes.
For, I mean, you never mailed a letter, man. What's going on? You got to make it to the post office, made it to a bullet closet.
Hey,
Um,
you know,
right. And then dad, I know, I'm pretty sure all the cousins were here for this, and Uncle Carl. We're helping Uncle Carl move furniture. And so, like, we're helping Uncle Carl move furniture in the house. We get to the thing that, or I think was it a sofa or was it a
it
couch?
was a
think it-
mattress.
A mattress.
Mhm.
And we're trying to, do it around the corner because the stairs go like this. So we're trying to do it around the corner. And dad somehow gets to the point where the corner of the mattress is poking his throat. And I'm not even gonna try to recreate the noise just because it was unhuman. It just wasn't even real. It was like a bird call. Like, hold on. And then he starts screaming. And we all kind of like back up and he's fine. We all just look at each other like, huh? Oh, we had to take a break. We had to take a break.
It was like a bird call. And I think he did. I think he had to do it because the mattress, was on his throat, and that was like the only noise he could make.
Yeah, it was like,
He made it. He's still here.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Exactly.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah. So y'all weren't ready for this, but y'all have some musical talents. So what I do want you to do is sing that song Abuela made y'all sing at church and perform at a Thanksgiving.
You were here.
There you go.
No?
The only one I remember is don't.
Many.
Yeah.
No, and it's all just like gibberish Spanish at some point.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. So you
there's
say
multiple
that, but
songs.
there's like
There's
10.
so
Every time.
Crazy.
Your mom will pop out with the donde at every family
Don't
function.
they?
Eats up that donde too. She loves it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Gibberish.
All right.
gibberish.
My mom eats.
Corazón, yo quiero,
¿Dónde?
yeah, son.
¿Dónde?
En mi corazón. ¿Dónde? En mi
¿Dónde?
So
corazón, en mi corazón.
Nope.
Yeah, how does that go?
Yo
Yo tengo go.
Too
Uh,
funny.
That's-
Well, cool. That's all I got for you folks. Like I said, it's about having family on for the first episode. And I appreciate y'all taking the time to do this.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We didn't get to you. You're trying to skip out. We don't get
Yeah.
There's no need to know nothing.
Yeah, why are you
Before
trying
we
to
do,
wrap
I
this
do
up
have
so
a.
quick?
The audience wants to know, man.
All
Each.
Please.
All right, one question each.
Carl,
Yeah,
has to
you said
be.
we each get one question.
One of the kids gets one question for.
You'll remember this one. We're getting home. I do remember one story that I was gonna say a bit earlier when we were talking about Tio Calvin with the mattress.
Mhm.
From somewhere, I forget. And like we're in the garage walking inside, and me and Jade were like by the door, and we heard like a big bang, and our dad fell. I don't remember what he hurt, but it was like one of the first times I saw my dad getting hurt. So me and Jada were just standing there, just like staring while he was on the floor. Just
Yeah, so earlier that day I was giving you and Jada a lecture on leaving your stuff laying around in the garage, and I laid my bike down. When I got out of my car, I tripped on my bike that I had left laying around. Yeah, and hit my head on the back bumper of a car, and it bent me backwards. The craziest thing was Jada said, "Does this mean we're not going to go get ice cream?"
Hey.
And I thought some dirty words in my head, but what came out was, "No, we're not." All right, questions.
You were one of the first to grow up Greer, so you got to give us that one memory from when you.
Wait, before that, I also have a story to share because one of the things you skipped was share something about me, you personally, good, bad, or funny. I don't, maybe that's the same. And one thing is my dad is clumsy because I have many stories of him falling. Like we used to have a recliner, he fell backwards, couldn't get up. He has a truck, he was like in the bed of the truck and it was like up on the driveway, so it was uphill, so it was way up, and he was like doing something, he fell backwards, almost did like a somersault. And I just started laughing before I asked if he was okay because it was hilarious. Obviously he's fine, but yeah, he's very he's clumsy.
That question, one thing about you, I was gonna say, and like you and dad, you guys are such like good girl dads. Like very good uncle. But like when it comes to like this generation having a girl dad, like you and dad are such good girl dads. And like very much so, Cito, obviously, we're good much like you stand up for your daughters, you stand up for our rights. Like it's very much like you just even like as my uncle, like I don't know. It's a blessing to have you and dad in our lives the way you guys do and the way you guys stand up for us, your nieces, your nephews, your daughters, everything. Very much. And
Mhm.
that's just who you are as a person.
For sure.
You trying to
Real.
make me
Shout out
cry,
to
but that ain't gonna
Abuela
happen.
and Grandpa.
For sure. And though I am not, as old Carl would say, a female, though I'm not a woman, what I did benefit from you and dad is you're very good, like creative parents too. All of us are like kind of creative people, whether we read, Monty draws, Kennedy's was, involved with dance and stuff like that back in the day. All of us had like kind of a, um, inclination to do something creative. And I think my dad really wanted me to be a wide receiver or whatever. When I was getting messed up by them
I was a theater kid, and like
Yeah.
every summer there was like for the camp we did, there was I think like between 4 and 8 shows, and my dad was at every single show. Even if he was in the back napping, he was still there.
some good naps, huh?
Hey,
Good naps.
but I was
His
there.
presence was felt.
Yeah, and we were theater kids, but like, and I didn't really like football, but I would love going to football with you because like I just love spending time with you like as a kid, and like I was sitting there on my Nintendo DS with my Nintendogs, but I was there.
Right. I have
Yes.
one story of Uncle Carl, and this was a traumatizing event for me. You wanted me to
Oh,
be on your
great.
city and you had beef, okay?
It ain't too
You had a
late. My league.
Crazy.
basketball team, and I think one of your players left or something. Our dad wanted me to be on it. Somehow I joined basketball,
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
And when I tell you, I don't play basketball. I've never done sports. I try, like, it's just not for me. And I remember one time I made like the 2-pointer. I just made it the 3-pointer. I made it into the basket, and I was like, yes, I cheered. You literally pulled me aside. You said, we don't cheer. And I looked at mom. I said, I'm quitting. He said, you're not a cheerleader. You're in the middle of the game. I'm quitting.
That's hilarious.
Save the cheering for afterwards. You got to stay focused. You got to stay focused.
Yeah.
Like you scored a basket before.
I never did and never did after that. Okay. Yes, I was pissed.
Also, my dad coached a lot of sports, and he coached me in basketball from like I think pre first grade all the way to sixth grade, and and like even after he was like coaching like Amani's team and like other football teams, and when he stopped coaching, I was so upset and I was like crying. Like me and Amani weren't like even playing anything, but he was like coaching these random kids. I was like, please be a coach, because he was such a good coach, and I loved like going to the football games. And also like he's a good dad because maybe at this point you can be honest right now. Now's your time, because there was I think when he was coaching for I don't know like the Panthers or the Titans or something, but he let me like pretty much make a play, and he gave the play to the team, and they did the play, and he like gave me a signal when they were about to do it. And I was more invested in it than Amani. She definitely was on the Nintendogs, and I was like, yeah. And I was wearing like the football jersey. I wanted to play so bad, but my dad was like, no, I don't want you to get hurt. But yeah, but they did the play and it was terrible. And all the moms were like, oh my God, what was that? And I was like, I told my dad later, I was like, they were making fun of the play that was mine. You're like, no, sweetie, it was good. It was a good one. So tell me, was it actually a good one, or were you just trying to make me feel better?
We'll move on to the next subject.
There is one time.
It was crap.
For you, what was it like growing up as the middle child in the Greer house?
Oh, it was hell. It was hell. That's why I spent so much money on therapy. It was hell. Yeah, I mean, I got to play instigator a lot.
Still
And then
do.
Dad and Yori get spankings or whoop. I don't even say spankings. These were whoopings. I sit back and be like, But then there's other times where to him and they'd gang up on me. And yeah, that's how the lotion thing came around, where I held your dad down and he dared me to squirt lotion in his mouth. And I did. And he kind of gagged. And then when I got up, he threw a vacuum cleaner at me. And then with Yori, because he was the youngest, we would hide underneath the bed because, we were about to get those whoopings. And we push him out from underneath the bed first because he was the smallest.
Mm.
Quick funny story about your dad, though. We had in the old house we lived in Tanglewild, we had a downstairs, and he wanted the downstairs so bad that he snuck downstairs, stuck a peanut butter and jelly sandwich between the mattress, and left it there. I had no idea. So when Abuela came down and was like, "What's that smell?" And she started searching the room, she found a molded peanut butter and jelly sandwich between the mattress. And your dad was standing there like, "See, he keeps this place as a mess." And I had to go back upstairs and he got the downstairs
Oh,
burger.
that's foul. That's
Mama,
crazy.
bro.
Oh no.
Exactly. I know. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
The revenge is still on the way.
I'll
To
show
that
that.
question, what was it like watching us grow up as Greers? Like being the parent and being like in Abuela and Grandpa's shoes with us.
Hey, we're not touching there because y'all trying to make me cry and that ain't gonna
Oh,
Get in there.
We are
Feel the
going. We
feeling.
are
and
going.
what do
I
we
ain't got
say?
no
Dig
feelings. I ain't
deeper,
feelings.
deeper.
The mic is on.
So it was just cool watching that and just watching you all grow up into your own people. I know Cito, your dad wanted you to be a wide receiver. Amani, yeah, I named you after football players because I wanted a football player. Jada, I named you after Jada Pinkett because I wanted a movie star. My fault. Is she a
You
little
didn't
bit?
name me, but it's fine. Yeah, mom would come for you if she saw this because she told me that she thought since she was in high school she wanted to name her
My
daughter Jada.
bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
watch it.
Don't come at me, Veronica. Don't come at me. But then Kennedy and Cito, just watching you two grow up into your own unique people. Kennedy, I knew if a fight were to break out with any of the cousins, somebody were to attack them, you'd be like, "Oh no,
Right,
take your
it's
rollers
game.
out. I'm about to throw
I
down."
always got a ponytail ready to go.
Cito, just watching Cito, it amazed me how he would get up there and do comedy. It was just
Mm,
like this quiet kid is up on stage just making these jokes and falling out laughing. I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
I'm
An
telling you,
entire
I came from
theater of
it came from
people.
everybody. Yeah, it came from the Greer Theater. Everybody was
right,
funny. There,
Forever.
everybody in here has a memory of everybody from the Greers making them laugh doing something.
right.
Bro.
So yeah, that's what's been exciting for me. Just to sit back and watch, and hopefully we did make mistakes. I tell my kids some things that I probably shouldn't, but that's the kind of relationship we have. Being the middle child, I was able to say stuff back then and get away with it. I just forgot to put a filter on it with my kids. So yeah, so that's what it's for me, just watching y'all grow up and sitting back. And like I said, the most important thing that Grandpa and Abuela bred into us was faith and family. So watching that family thing continue on and how close y'all are. And I actually think if one of the parents were to come at y'all, all four of y'all would be like, "Oh hell no."
Right.
It's
Bro.
about to go down. The call, the call, the call. And the call would go out. Y'all would just show up. So yeah, that's what it's
Cause
been
yeah,
for
it's
me.
Greer's for life, but it's cousins down.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
true.
all right.
Wait, I didn't get my question.
Time's up. No, what you got?
Where's a
Well,
family gathering that stood out to you, and did you learn something important about your family that day?
and coming back from, won't get into the many details, but when me and your dad were driving back into town after he and grandpa had passed away, just seeing the family together and being there to support Abuela and support each other, that it was like I walked in and it was good to see family there, especially for Abuela, especially for y'all, because they were just loving on y'all. And it was like, what more can you ask for a family? So the important thing I learned from my family is that, you know, in the end, we'll always be there for each other. We may have our disagreements or arguments. Kennedy may, get mad at me again. We
Yep.
may have beef again, but in the end,
Yep.
we'll always be there for each other. And
I'd like to give a shout out to Abuela and Grandpa. We love them.
The big
And
one.
to
yes,
all the uncles,
I know.
all the like we're like, first cousins and stuff like that, but even all the out like the
Mm.
second, third, fourth, all the cousins, they all make the even though they're technically not Greers, when we all come together, it's always very special and always a good time. So
That's it for Coffee with Carl. To my family, here's thank you
Hey,
for making this
cheers.
memorable event. And yeah, you know it. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all.
love you.
You too.
Love
Love
you.
you.
Thanks for having us.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye.